Shalom Akim, Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Kakadash, Barakatam. Double honors and salutations to the elders and apostles, Grimmage doing well, to the Akaram Falcons of Earth, Shalom. Yeah, so you see there's a power of the beast. Alright, the power of the beast. The red beast. Yeah, he needs to have more control over the people, so he has to use his tools of power, aka the IRS and the banks, to exert his pleasure of dominance. All right, so IRS is very much interested in monitoring all accounts with debits and credits transactions of over of at least $600. All right, so all these they are claiming because of they want to do audits so they could have taxes collected and all that stuff. But what do you expect? You know, the devil's upset and he has to tighten the noose and shut down his opposition. That's why he has to come down with decrees like these. All right. So the Lord Hamashiach Yahushua has already let us know ahead of time that you need to expect these incidents to happen. All right. So I'm gonna get a precept from the book of Matthew. All right, Matthew chapter 6, I believe. Right. So when you read from 19 to this. Lay not up for yourselves treasures upon earth, where moth and rust doth corrupt, and where thieves break through and steal. But lay up for yourselves treasures in heaven, where neither moth nor rust doth corrupt, and where thieves do not break through nor steal. For where your treasure is, there will your heart be also. All right. So a lot of people that have financial resources of at least $600, they're gonna be under the microscope of the IRS, and this is the agenda of the New World Order. Everything has to be monitored, and they're pushing for digital currencies. You know, they're pushing for a digital economy. All right. And what's going to happen? Folks that don't go along with the agenda, they get restricted, all right? And that's how they tighten the noose. When they phase out the use of cash, what do you expect to happen, all right? So this is what they say, man. They claim it's for collecting taxes, but no, it's just another tool of control. Because if you don't have enough information about the people you intend on oppressing, how are you going to get the maximum result? How are you going to have the ultimate upper hand? That's why, these banks work for the elites, all right? And they work along with all these law enforcement agencies, whether it's the FBI or the CIA or the DEA, Treasury. They monitor people's account. They know how much money is coming in, how much money is coming out, and all that stuff. They know who it's coming from, and they know who it's going to. All right, so you can imagine what they can do if they decide to freeze someone's account. Okay, and when they decide that you're a threat to their influence, they send their hound dogs after you. Okay, so it's not surprising that you see these things take place, because we're in the last days. So once they decide to shut down people's access to funds, what else do you think is going to happen? Okay, and they're pushing this agenda for the mandate. So when people lose their so-called jobs, and they hunted down, hunted around, just to be jabbed up. They hunted, just to be, how you say it, kidnapped and put in a concentration camp. You just add to the headache, so it's going to be chaos on the streets of Babylon when, the people just start lashing out, man. The government has no other option but to do the same, all right? So it's just another tool of the downfall of Babylon. A lot of folks buying into this, especially the elites. They don't understand that the end is near, and what the Lord is set in store for them. It's a hot judgment. All right. So the book of Revelation, chapter 2, go straight to verse 10. It says, it's not yet. This is verse. Let me go to chapter 2. Yeah, Revelation chapter 2, verse 10. It says, "Fear none of those things which thou shalt suffer." All right. Yep. Fear none of those things which thou shalt suffer. All right. So when you don't go along with getting the jab, all of a sudden you lose the job, and the laws on the book. All right, laws on the book, the legislation that have been passed, that requires the, how you say it, man, imprisonment. Okay, if someone doesn't want to go along with the job agenda, they're just gonna hold you against your will, and that's what imprisonment is. Okay, so it says, "Behold, the devil shall cast some of you into prison, that ye may be tried, and ye shall have tribulation 10 days. Be thou faithful unto death, and I will give thee the crown of life." All right? And I will give thee a crown of life. And that's what it's all about, man. You have to understand the sacrifices you need to make to have that crown of life, that approval of the Lord, the reward, okay, of your salvation, the reward of your obedience, all right, to the Lord's requirements, okay? So it's going to be rough, it's going to be tough, because a lot of people depend on their resources. So I'm going to get another precept. It's going to be from the book of Proverbs chapter 22, all right? Proverbs chapter 22, verse 22. All right, so it reads, "Rob not the poor because he is poor, neither oppress the afflicted in the gate." Okay, so this mandates, man, is just an oppression of our people. Okay, and what does it say? In verse 23, "For the Lord, Yahweh Bashim Shai Bashim Kakadash, will plead their cause and spoil the soul of those that spoil to them." All right, so destruction is coming for all these folks that are pushing the mandates, man. Whether it's the president, the vice president, governors, lawyers, doctors, folks in your own family, folks on the job, folks around wherever they are on the face of the earth, though they'll go along with this job mandates, man. The Lord's gonna make sure they get jacked up in the times of judgment, and the elites, already understand that their captivity, man, it's around the corner, and they're desperate, to hold on. All right, so I read Proverbs chapter 22, verse 22 and 23 again. It says, rob not the poor because he is poor, neither oppress the afflicted in the gate. And that's what you see in Babylon, affliction everywhere, man. That's why our people are always yelling and screaming and sad, man. Even when you go overseas, too, our people are still being oppressed by Esau. That's why there's so much instability upon the face of the earth, okay? Then it says, for the Lord Yahweh we plead their cause and spoil the soul of those that spoil them. Yeah, so it's beautiful right there, man. You know, judgment is coming, and it's going to be exciting when you see the downfall of our oppressors, man, all right? So I'll go ahead and play this clip, all right?
Sitting in your bank account, the IRS could end up monitoring your spending. You've been asking us about this new regulation, a part of President Joe Biden's proposed tax reform that is raising questions about privacy. Let's verify. A THV 11 Verify viewer wrote in asking, after seeing some banks posting on social media that the IRS is going to start making them report all deposits and withdrawals over $600, can you tell me if this is true? Our sources, the U.S. Department of Treasury, testimony from the IRS Commissioner, and Congressman Steve Womack. At the end of April, President Joe Biden announced the American Families Plan, included in the proposal, tax reform. Back on June 8th, in a testimony to the Senate Finance Committee, IRS Commissioner Charles Reddick lays out what would be included in the plan.
Yeah, and that plan is coming from the elites. At one point in time, they used to say what transactions around $5,000 and beyond, looked at with an extra level of scrutiny at the banks, and the FBI gotta be, watchful of those types of transactions. Anything above or about $5,000, I believe. So just to be aware, man. Now they lower the threshold all the way down from around $5,000 to $600, to at least $600. What you they're spreading that net, all right? So, the Lord Hamashiach Yahushua is going to deliver us, man, because you can't live in a society like this that's, how you say it, hell-bent on paranoia. The rulers of this world are paranoid that their rulership is coming to an end, and they're trying their best to tie to the noose on the necks of the people. So what do you think the Lord is going to do, for us in these last days? All right, the Lord has to deliver us. And this is what you have to look forward to in the kingdom, all right? So this agenda is not really coming from the so-called president. It's coming from the elites, and they push that through their so-called government agencies, all right? So Joel chapter 2, verse 25, it says, and I will restore unto you the years that the locust has eaten, the cankerworm, and the caterpillar, and the palmer worm, my great army which I send among you. And ye shall eat in plenty, and be satisfied, and praise the name of the Lord Yahweh Bashim Shai Bashim Kakadash, your power that had dealt wondrously with you, and my people shall never be ashamed. All right? So, for whatever we lose in this system, the Lord will restore unto us a billionfold, a trillionfold, a quadrillionfold, a quintillionfold in the kingdom. All right? So, whatever we have lost in this place, man, don't hold on to that sadness and bitterness, man. You have to move on, man. Okay? Verse 27 says, and ye shall know that I am in the midst of Israel. So the Lord is with us, all right? That I am the Lord Yahweh, your power, and none else, and my people shall never be ashamed, all right? That's why you have to always be grateful for the Lord, man. All these agenda of, just snooping and pooping around your business. It's just a form of oppression. You're traveling interstate. If you got cash on you, there's a possibility the state trooper could steal that from you. You know, Border Patrol could steal that from you. Whatever. They're asking questions. All of a sudden, you can't get your money back because they're playing games with you. That's what they call civil forfeiture. Civil asset forfeiture. So this is what you deal with, man. Cronyism and oppression and tyranny. All right. Until the Lord get us out of it, man, you just have to pray and persevere. All right, because it's almost over. All right, it's almost over. So this is what they're gonna be pushing. All right. So they've been planning this for a long time, man. All right. They've been planning this for a long time. So don't be surprised, man. When all hell breaks loose, folks can't get their money from the banks and all that. It's all by design, all right? So how the people depend upon the government, all right? So final precept will be from the book of 2 Thessalonians chapter 1, verse 6. And it reads, saying it is a righteous thing with the Most High Yahweh, to recompense tribulation to them that trouble you. Yeah. So it's just fair, action and reaction. You reap what you sow, and that's what it is. When you see the oppression upon the face of the earth, you just don't turn your head upside down and think that the Lord does not see it, So Ecclesiastes chapter 5 verse 8 says, "But if thou seest the oppression of the poor, and violent perverting of judgment and justice in the province, marvel not at the matter, for he that is higher than the highest regarded, and there be higher than they." So the Lord is taking record of all these oppressive decrees and all the loss and pain and suffering that our people have to go through at the hands of our enemies, these Edomite elites and their minions, all right? So just hold on and have faith, because our deliverance is on the way, all right? Shalom.